Okay, we're live again. Let's see.
Okay.
What's the matter, Jimmy?
Just have a piece of cake. Nothing on it.
No,
I know, I'm just
don't do that, Jimmy, please.
joking.
Okay. Jimmy, I wonder if she wants to tell me about my hair.
Oh.
Sandy.
Jimmy what?
She's probably going to tell you that it is time to do my hair again, and she's going to have to guide you on how to do it.
Okay.
It's going to be very difficult.
Oh, no.
It-
I don't want to mess up anybody's hair.
But you
That's
have
not
to do
my
it.
wife's.
I'm sorry that somebody has to do it. I don't think I can do my own.
Okay.
Not the way that this has to be done.
Okay.
So you're going to have to do it. I'm sorry. She'll guide you. We'll have to do it on the Zoom.
Okay, Kevin.
Hello to Julie W. Rubbity Bob. Julie W. wrote me a letter about this, and I'm going to read that because I saw that it has to do with the trial. Now, I will tell you that when I saw her today, I didn't have as much sympathy. What about you, Scooter?
Kind of, yes. Same kind of, yeah.
Kind of lost it a little bit because she didn't seem, number one, remorseful. She didn't seem like broken up about it. And when he asked her, kind of like, did you know that it would be a fatal wound? She really wasn't like, no, of course. Like she wasn't, I don't know.
What was her answer? No?
Well,
That's all. I mean, how much drama you want?
no.
She said no. If she said no, she
Oh
doesn't
my
need a fatal
gosh.
wound, that's all you got to worry about. That's all you have to go on. Can't go on emotions.
No, you can.
Okay.
That's what the judge says. That's their credibility. Whether you believe them with what they say. Okay, so let me see now. Let me go to what Julie W. sent me something. I know that you did, Julie W. I saw it.
Hi, Angie.
Julie. Okay, here we go.
You
So
said
here's,
please don't
so
mention
Julie,
where
I hope you don't mind me reading this, okay? I figured it out. I was in the shower and it hit me. No pun intended. Since Redlick had his left arm and lung punctured, Danielle couldn't have stabbed him at the angle that she claimed. She was either over him or to the left of him. If you recall, okay, I don't want to dox her, but she was a trauma RN for 20 years. Okay, and she's seen a lot of chest stab wounds, she says. Okay, so I didn't dox you. Don't worry about it. She probably was aiming for his heart, she says. She said that Redlick had a hemothorax, blood in chest cavity, reported 750 milliliters in his lung. He may have died hours later, but probably longer than 5 to 10 minutes, if not dead on arrival. It takes about that much time for paramedics to get to the scene and to the ER. That's one reason she waited until calling, in my opinion, to make sure he was dead. She was also deliberately contaminating the crime scene. Initially, I thought she was drunk and confused. Also, this was done at night the kids had a sleepover. It could have been planned. Maybe she waited in the car to get her nerve up or waited until he was more intoxicated. She probably looked up about suicide by risk to make sure she didn't cause a fatal wound to herself or to check how long death may occur after a stabbing. Maybe both, in my opinion. That's why she did it around 30 minutes before she called. Oh, and the defense team thinks that she's guilty. That's why they're focusing so much on mistakes by the witnesses. Okay, so that's, sorry, Julie W. I hope you're okay with that. Thank you. Okay, so let me get you right. You're saying that she never could have stabbed him at the angle she said she was at because of where he was stabbed. Okay. Her lawyer, the lady, is a sourpuss. I could imagine myself coming across like that while feeling You can imagine yourself coming across like that while having a lot of emotion inside. She may have been in shock he died, but hi Denise, but I do not buy that. She was so shocked that she could not call 911, but she was not in shock when she slit her wrist and called 911 for herself. Oh, and then what about the juror falling asleep? Did you guys hear that one?
Tired.
No, and then they said the alternate was falling asleep too.
What?
Tired.
Yeah, you didn't hear that at the end? They said and they're like, well, I think he was more awake this other time.
They're tired. You do that.
Yeah, they had a juror that was falling asleep, and that was actually sleeping, and then they had an alternate that they didn't think was paying too much attention. Did you guys hear all that when they were going through the jury instructions?
That is crazy.
Yeah, I know. And why does it keep doing that? Hold on, let me go to the. Why can't we go to gallery? There we go. Does anybody want to come up and talk about what you thought about seeing her on the stand today? I did not feel as sympathetic today. She was yawning, okay. Yeah, she's always looks like she has a hard time staying awake.
I know. She always looks so darn sleepy.
Yeah, and she was so blasé. It just, poor choice of words. What? You mean you lied? Poor choice of words. Hi, Nona May. You heard that at the end? Yeah, 100%. I am very much a closed book. It drives my partner crazy because I don't show emotion. Oh, wow. Okay.
But I do want to say, I don't think she's lying.
What do you mean?
Neither do I.
You don't either,
no,
Jimmy?
She didn't know the fatal wound. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter about any emotion, how much emotion, and all that. Yeah, there's not much emotion. I mean, if you had a crazy life, you could. How about you live the life that she did with that guy when anything can happen at any given time?
But I think she was the cause of all that stuff happening.
I don't know. No, you can't blame it on her. How could you do that?
Well, I
I
can't
don't
blame.
understand that.
Well,
It's
okay.
two to tango.
Okay.
And as far as the jurors falling asleep, they were tired. Everything can be explained. What else? Give me something else. Come on.
She lied, Kathy said.
Who said she lied?
Kathy?
Oh, about where she stabbed it?
She lied.
There may be a little point there, I don't know. We can't really tell. I can't. I didn't really watch any of it today.
He didn't really watch any of it. He was going to give it
Not
a...
today. I'm talking about the other, but what I saw of her yesterday, she seemed truthful. I don't know how it was today.
Yeah, but she lied about a lot of her stuff. What about the knife at its location? Do you think she placed it, and why? That sounds like I'm in school now, answering complete sentences.
Honey,
What about the knife and it? Do you?
Yeah, but Carolyn, you always you were talking about her emotions. You did that yesterday too.
Calm down, Jimmy.
Right.
Angie said.
Sorry. No, but she can't. You can't say that she didn't have enough emotion when she said no. She didn't mean to kill him. How much emotion do you want? The answer is no. That's it. Move on. I mean, I don't know. She doesn't have much emotion
I wrote
through
it.
the thing because look at that. Think about the crazy stuff that happened all the time with these folks. I mean, it was oh my god. Can't imagine that.
Well, but she had a lot of emotion then. She was always there. Always
How
said
would
she.
you like to be in her shoes? This guy, you never know what's going to happen, chasing you around and stuff like that. I don't get it.
But they said she was screaming. She would scream and yell at the coaches, at the team.
So, all right. Okay.
She had a lot of
She's
emotion
brave.
then.
She's a brave person. She's brave too.
Okay, not brave. She
I
was.
think she's brave. She has to be brave to, to get this close to this guy time and time and time again.
She had a lot of emotion. She was yelling and screaming.
Okay, so what I'm saying, she's brave. Think about it. Yeah, think about all through those little altercations. Like initially, like what do you think is going to happen? Do you think he was going to punch her in the freaking nose and stuff like that? How many times? Yes, she just he came. I was nervous, but she still stayed there and dealt with a lot. That's got to be very traumatic, honey.
I agree, Jimmy. I agree.
Yeah, and the jurors, they're tired. Give the jurors a break. I'm joking. I'm just taking up for the jurors. I'm being funny. They shouldn't be falling asleep.
And then somebody said she's disassociated, and I believe that too.
It could be after all that trauma. You know, I don't know what you call. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist at all. But by no means. But
You don't, Bridget?
yeah, that trauma done something to her. I would think.
I do believe her. I do. She didn't do all that. like say Amber Heard and stuff, you know, when she was talking about being attacked or whatnot. She just looked so fake, I thought. And she put on all these tears and was just over emotional at times. And then she'd stop and she was fine. You didn't see that with this woman. I'm not making excuses for her. I do think she's guilty. I think she should have taken whatever deal they offered her to begin with. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
So they're going to have their closing statements tomorrow. And they're going to, what do you think? They're going to have a verdict tomorrow? I do. I think they're going to have a verdict tomorrow. I think if the person was falling asleep, I think they want to just get the freak out of there.
Kevin believes she enjoyed it till he died. And then she went into shock and couldn't believe it happened.
She enjoyed what? She enjoyed that kind of life? Is that what you're saying? That she enjoyed that, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he means. Enjoyed what, Kevin? The fighting and everything? And Bridget, you're saying exactly what Lexi said to me when I was watching it today. I said, I can't believe it, Lex, but I'm believing her. And she said, oh, you're going to let her manipulate you, huh?
I'm trying to see if they...
Oh, really, Kevin? Kevin said he thinks it felt good to her to stab him.
Oh, well, maybe. They probably got a high off of fighting, like adrenaline, you know? A rush, probably. Let me see what this is.
And did her daughter testify yesterday? I mean, the day before yesterday?
I don't know.
Because they said they're having her, I guess, tomorrow, too. I know, Bridget, I'm not standing up for her.
Is this thing? What?
Well, Liza Ward, I don't know, sometimes just the way people conduct themselves, the way I watch, and I watch them and everything, I get a feeling if they're telling the truth. But of course, I'm not always right. Hey, Kelly. Carolyn, did her daughter testify yesterday?
I don't know. They said that she did, but hold on.
No, it's not finished yet, Super chat.
Well, we went through it. Yeah, she did testify. We went through that last night, but they didn't release some of the testimony due to it being a juvenile, I think. We went through that last night, remember? I'm losing my mind. Remember she said her father and she was talking about stuff. We did that. I'm not losing my mind.
Too.
We
oh,
went
they
through
didn't
that.
show her testimony, Bart said.
Yeah, but we went through what was released. We did go through that. What they released.
Right, Liza.
Yeah, she testified that her mother was toxic. But I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I want to hear the closing arguments. And I think that, why can't I?
Oh, they're going to have her daughter testify and then closing arguments?
Who said that?
Well, because they said her daughter's going to be testifying tomorrow again.
Who said that?
I think I saw it during the trial, and then people in chat are talking about it. And I believe in the chat today during the trial, they were talking about that the daughter comes up tomorrow. Again.
Let me see.
Deadly Diva wants to know if you would do a guilty or not guilty poll to see where everyone's head is at.
Oh, I will.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Hold on a second. I'm just trying to see something here. I feel so itchy. I don't know why everything is bringing me to, oh, I know why. How stupid. Okay, so let's see. Jaden Redlick took the stand on Monday. This is what we talked about last night. Me and my dad were very close. She said her mom was the primary source of toxicity in her parents' relationship. Jaden was 15 when her father was killed in 2019. On Monday, she testified. Let's see here. Claimed that the 17-year-old marriage between Danielle and Michael was troubled. Jaden said that her father had made an effort while the couple was separated. She said, I remember certain times, we talked about this last night, where he would come by and bring my mother flowers and little gifts while they weren't living together. Danielle testified that although the relationship was abusive, she stayed because of the redeeming quality. She said there was a lot of good in the relationship. Jaden Redlick also reported that the relationship had improved before the murder. She said, I remember our last Christmas together and it was pretty good. On the night that Michael Rednick was murdered in 2019, Jaden was at a friend's house. The day before, she could sense the tension in the house as her father was drinking, upset over the assumption that Danielle was texting other men. She said, I grabbed the bottle of liquor that he was drinking and I threw it in the dumpster outside. Jaden said that the last time she spoke to her father, he was regretful about the fact that she had witnessed the heated argument. He kept saying he was sorry. He kept saying how much he loved me. On the day of the murder, Danielle allegedly texted her daughter telling her that she should stay at a friend's house due to the fact the couple was arguing. She said, "We're dealing with some stuff here. It might be better to stay over there for a bit." I don't know about let's see. I don't see where you're saying she's going to testify again tomorrow. I'm not seeing.
Yeah, Kevin said he heard that too, or saw that, whatever.
They're going to call her back as a rebuttal witness?
Yes.
But they've already given jury instructions. That's so weird.
Yeah, did they actually say that in the trial today, that the daughter would be testifying? Because I know I was seeing in the chat there, people were like all shocked.
Let's see what's going on over here. So, as the prosecutor held up an evidence bag of towels soaked with her husband's blood, Danielle told jurors Wednesday that she thought at the time it was possible he died from a heart attack. Despite the substantial volume of blood he lost after she stabbed him, and I quote, she said, "I was hoping, not in the morbid sense that I wanted him dead, but he had heart problems, and I thought with all the excitement that perhaps he did. Because if he had a heart attack, you wouldn't have been responsible for his death," said the state attorney, Sean Wiggins. "Yes, to an extent," Danielle said. Prosecutors cross-examined her for about almost 2 hours on Wednesday. Attorneys for Redlick, who has pled not guilty, having said she stabbed her husband once in self-defense after he tried to strangle her. She told jurors that she stabbed her husband once with a kitchen knife after he pinned her down and tried to suffocate her during an argument about text with another man. She hid in the bathroom for some time and later discovered a bloody trail leading to her dead husband. She confessed that she lied to authorities multiple times during her testimony, including false statements about her husband stabbing himself during their fight. And then Wiggins said, "You're willing to make up lies that will serve your interest?" She said, "In this instance, yes. I wasn't sure if people would believe me." Jurors also heard an audio recording captured by the detective when serving a search warrant. This was the one in the car about the DNA, in which she claimed she did not murder her husband. And he said, "You were lying to her when you told her that, correct?" She said, "I stabbed my husband. I wasn't considering that murder." She said that after finding her husband, she tried to resuscitate him and checked his wound. She said after spending some time searching on her phone, she dialed 911 but didn't place the call. Other testimony indicated she dialed 911 at 10:52 p.m., which didn't go through, because that's not a valid number. Redlick previously testified she went into a state of shock and she was unable to and she was making irrational decisions like mopping her husband's blood on the floor. So you stood in that home with the power to call for help and you let your husband bleed to death on the floor, prosecutor asked her. He had already bled to death, Redlick said. Redlick said she slept next to her dead husband and tried to kill herself in the morning by cutting her wrists. She finally called 911 at 9:28 a.m. How long did you let yourself bleed, Mrs. Redlick, before you dialed 911? Wiggins asked her. I just don't remember, she said. Defense attorneys presented 2 witnesses who said they saw injuries on Redlick before her husband's death. She previously testified her husband was abusive and increasingly violent throughout their 15-year marriage. Jennifer Brown told jurors that her son used to play with the Redlick son. One day in the spring of 2018, when Redlick came to pick up Brown's son, Brown said she noticed Redlick was hiding a large black and blue eye behind sunglasses and a cap. Frederick Azar, an orthopedic surgeon who was once a physician for the Memphis Grizzlies, said he met Redlick's husband when Michael worked as an executive for the basketball team. Azar said Michael Redlick brought his wife to the office once with a facial injury after a domestic incident. Michael had minor injuries, but Azar referred Danielle to the team's plastic surgeon. How were Danielle and Michael acting during the visit, said the public defender, Catherine Conlin, and he said, if I had one word to say, it would be ashamed. Prosecutors are going to present rebuttal witnesses on Thursday morning. So the daughter's going to be a rebuttal witness. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what this says. The jury will be sent home. Both sides will go over the jury instructions. The state may have one or more rebuttal witnesses tomorrow. May have. So I don't know. And then I guess they'll go on tomorrow and see. I'm not sure of the judge because she did not seem to know some of the... Well, she took a moment the other day. When was it? Yesterday, right? The lawyers had to tell the judge that the defense could not ask. Yeah, I thought some of that was weird too. Yeah.
What, Carolyn?
The judge didn't seem to know certain things. It was kind of weird. Like Denise said, she found it funny that the lawyers had to tell the judge that the defense could not ask for an acquittal because they were going to do a rebuttal. That is when it said that they were going to have Dion. I'm sure of the judge because she did not seem to know some of the laws, and the lawyers explained. Yeah, I saw that, especially with the instructions, and she kept saying, well, I don't know how we should do that. And then the other lawyer's like, well, I think you should do it this. Oh, yeah. Head prosecutor listed daughter and 2 others after the defense tried to get acquittals. Hey, Spunky.
I like that. Spunky B.
Who were the 2 others, Spunky?
Susie B said that as
the
well.
Daughter. Okay, well, I wonder if they'll show that. I wonder if they'll show it because of her age. because they
It's
had to
supposed
have
to
it.
be 18 now, though, Carolyn.
Yeah, but still, they didn't release some of the testimony in print because of that.
Oh, okay. Because she was a minor at the time.
I don't know. I just don't know. She was confusing the judge. It's because the defense. Can't remember. All right, well, we'll see. Oh, she wants me to put up a poll. Okay. Hang on. Let me put up the poll.
What is the popcorn murder, Denise? I've never heard of that. Oh, they didn't show her live or audio the other day. Okay.
Right. Is the charge for second degree? Super chat.
What does that mean, second degree?
Well, she didn't know it wasn't premeditated.
Okay.
Yes, she did. But that was when she slit her wrist. That was afterwards, Dandy.
Oh, really, Barb? I don't know, Super Chat Cat. Do you know if it's life in prison if she's convicted of that?
Oh, yeah, I believe if second degree, I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Oh, Denise Bendixson, that's ridiculous. Wow.
If convicted of second-degree murder, the offender will receive at least 16 3/4 years in prison without the chance for parole, unless the individual used a firearm to commit the murder, in which they will receive a minimum sentence of 25 years in prison. Let me see here. So, but that's the minimum. What's the maximum? Up to life in prison. She can get up to life in prison, up to life on probation, or many individuals are confused by the classification of second-degree murder, as the term second degree leads them to believe that the offense is a second-degree felony. Those individuals would be wrong. A second-degree murder in Florida is classified as a first-degree felony and is punishable according to Level 10 of Florida's Criminal Punishment Code. If convicted of a second-degree murder, the offender will receive at least 16 3/4 years in prison without the chance of parole, unless the individual used a firearm to commit the murder, in which case they will receive a minimum sentence of 25 years in prison. Now remember, she gave up a plea deal of 10 years.
That's what, yes.
Yes, the judge may also choose to combine those 16 3/4 years with one of the following penalties: up to life in prison, up to life on probation, or up to 10,000 in fines.
So why wouldn't she just take that deal?
Maybe she thought she was going to get off completely.
And see, that's another reason why I kind of think she's telling the truth, because she's thinking, if I tell the truth, they're going to see that I didn't intend to murder him.
It says in Florida, the difference between first and second degree murder is whether the killing is premeditated. It occurred during a felony, was due to selling illegal drugs, or the result of a depraved mind. Depending on the facts, the line between the 2 degrees may not be clear, though the differences in sentencing may be life and death. Prosecutors seek the death penalty in first-degree murder cases. The worst sentence for second-degree murder conviction is life in prison. If you think... Okay. Felony murder can be charged if a homicide occurred while you committed it when you tried to commit a specific felony listed in state law. This includes burglary, home invasion, robbery, kidnapping, sexual battery, and murdering another person. So, what did they say? What did they say in that poll? They say she's guilty. They say, do you think she's guilty? Yes, 77% say yes.
Yeah, I put yes. I do think she's guilty. I do. But if I was on the jury, I don't know what I would do.
Even if she gets 25 years, she'll probably do half that behind bars.
That's true, the deadly divas.
If convicted, she'd get at least 16 without parole. Casey got off, so yeah. Casey Anthony? Yeah.
Boy, that was a shocker.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy.
That's one you should go over sometime. I knew a lot about that one. I was obsessed at the time.
She violated her probation. Oh, yeah, well, she definitely has some stuff for that. Thank you, Tammy McD. Yep, she... Testimony when the woman said she changed it vein to artery. Besides that was definitely arterial blood. Venous blood is bluish.
Oh, thank you, Tammy, for supporting.
Lots of murderers think they're smarter than the jury. Oh, yeah, and they testify, go to the trial. That's why, yes.
That's true, too, Denise. That's true. Very true.
So I wonder who the other, Denise, do you know who the other rebuttal witnesses are?
Can you tell what these are, what the sound is?
What the sound is of what?
Can you tell what the sound is?
What sound?
You don't hear it?
No. Not at all.
Really?
No.
I agree, Deadly Diva. Except, oh, we got another super chat from Tammy.
No, thank you, Tammy.
The only thing, though, I think her mom lied about the Deadly Diva about the trunk. Remember in the beginning when she called the police?
Oh, you're talking about Casey Anthony.
Yeah, she said there smells like there's it smells like there's been a dead body.
Yeah.
In the damn truck, I think is how.
In the trunk, yeah. Right.
And then later she changed that. Remember? All of a sudden, oh no, there was garbage in there. There was leftover pizza.
Yeah.
You know, she changed her story, the mother did. And to this day, she still defends that girl when she's done interviews and that.
I thought they didn't talk to her anymore.
Well, the hardly ever, but she gets so mad when George brings that up, you know, that he doesn't talk to her or that she doesn't have anything to do with them. And she gets so mad at him and not wanting him to say stuff like that. I think she said Casey had called her a year prior to whenever this interview was that I saw them in. Now the brother wants absolutely nothing to do with her, nothing whatsoever. And his wife, and I think he's got a kid too or something. Right? Yeah, Deadly Divas, right?
And there was, a lot of people think she did this for insurance. There was no insurance. So why did she do this? Because she didn't want to leave. He was getting the house. He did say over Christmas they were going to get she said, let's just have Christmas. So maybe she was doing it so not to sell the house too. Didn't want to sell the house, didn't want to move. But I don't think she planned it. So, and I don't understand how the guy had no life insurance. Working for somewhere like that, I don't understand how he didn't have life insurance.
Like you said, especially he had a decent job, it seemed like.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Oh, wow. Deadly Diva said, Carolyn.
What, Jimmy?
How come you don't have life insurance?
What'd you say? Carolyn, Deadly Diva said if you ever do a deep dive into the Casey Anthony case, that she's going to come up on panel. She said, I have some interesting stories.
Oh,
about
really?
that.
Good to know.
Yeah.
He gets it back. He used up all the bags, man.
So the jury went home with both sides to go over the jury instructions. The state may have one or more rebuttal witnesses tomorrow.
No baggies for the carrots or anything. He used them all up.
Jimmy.
You hear me, honey?
Okay, Jimmy. There's other
Right now, we're gonna get
baggies.
some.
There's other baggies.
Huh? She run right out. Now, get some.
All right, you run out.
You.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have peanut butter and jelly tomorrow with me and the boys. With this soft white bread here. We both.
I don't know if the kids even want to go back to. I don't even know if they want to go back to that life. I don't know
Yeah. You know,
because they're living with the other lady.
Yeah, I doubt they do.
but I think without him, how would it be the same life?
Well, I think if she's an alcoholic still, she's going to be erratic and yelling and screaming, and she was still getting in fights with everybody. It wasn't just him that she fought with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, let's see here. Hold on a minute. What is this now? Let's see if I can get this up here. I want this. Oh, hold on. Maybe if I make it a little bit bigger. Hold on.
You think she'll be in prison, Karen H? I do too.
So the text they read from the Sun on 1/10/2019 at 7:38, when she says she went out, he said, Mom, Sawyer said, Mom, they're yelling so much. Please help me. He's drunk. They're screaming curse words. And then he said, I'm okay right now. Nothing's happening. She said, okay. And then she said, love you. You good? Time for sleep. Please, no. Is he asleep yet? Danielle says, him. I'll check, Sawyer says. Please know what, she says. He passed out, but be quiet, Sawyer says. She says, I'll wait a bit, please. Wind down. Brush, get in bed, okay? And then she said, okay. And he said, I've been chilling with Leo. Leo's the dog. She says, turn off the lights around the house and brush. Okay. And then she says, okay, sweetie. Then she just said, I dropped Jade off at Curran's. And okay, I'm sitting in Alabama in the car. I'm going to grab it. Soy says, I'm going to go do it. Then she says, okay. The TV is on though. Soy says, I'm going to keep it on. He says, just in case. I will go upstairs when I come in and will be very quiet. Sorry about this mess, Danielle says to the kid. Okay, I'm going to go do the lights, he says, and wind down. She says, yeah, okay. He says, I can't turn off the front light because he's there, snoring. He will notice. Going in bed now. See you later. All right. I'll wait a bit. Can you open the garage so I can come in that way? Please. Sorry, babe. I'll try, he says. He might notice. So he won't be upset, Danielle says. Okay, Soy says. Okay, let me know. You can just say you were looking for Mom if he notices. All right, so that was the stuff. So they're trying to say, yeah, look, they really were scared of him. You know, walking around eggshells. I don't know. I don't know what.
Here's the old girl.
Hello there, old girl.
She wanted me to put her down. Minnie's hiding from her. She doesn't want to be alone. But she doesn't want me to hold her either. Okay, fine. Minnie, I wish you'd go in there with her. Minnie's hiding inside the wall.
She's
in the
inside.
dog door. Yeah, in the dog door.
What?
Yeah. And it's still 85 degrees out.
Really? I don't know what degrees is here.
I see she went in there. Howling. Peanut.
Oh.
She doesn't want to be alone.
So pretty cat. That was a dog.
That's Peanut. Peanut, stop. I'm going to mute.
Hi, Tina, Bina, and everybody. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean, closing arguments, and then I don't know. I'm glad I'm not on this jury. I wouldn't want to be on this jury. I wouldn't want to be on this jury.
Wouldn't I feel torn?
Can you imagine? And you're the only one in there, and they're like, "Come on, lady!" Right? Get out of here.
Like that movie 12 Angry Men. I don't know if you ever saw it.
I wonder if anybody's ever can you imagine if someone's killed a juror because they got so upset on a murder case and they wouldn't go. Can you imagine
That'll
that?
be the next thing.
That would be crazy. And then you're on the jury and then you're accused of murdering another juror. Because what if it was one of those freak accident things where you just pushed the person, right? And then a person hit the head on the wrong way on the table or something and died?
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh, that would be crazy.
Liza Ward, I don't know what 12 degrees Celsius is, though, in Fahrenheit. That must be cold, though, probably, right?
No, they didn't super chat, but we heard kids' interviews.
Bucktooth the witch. I had sent you a message on your messenger. I don't know if you ever saw it.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny. Bucktooth witch. Bloomin' cold, okay.
Okay, so now let's see. You know what? Another nurse, Slam RN, said almost Julie W. Listen to this. Were you surprised during the medical examiner's testimony they never brought up the angle of the wound? Also, the fact that it was a major vein and not an artery would determine how fast Michael would have bled out. By angle, I mean towards the midline or away from or straight in. Okay, so the one other one have not seen it yet. Then one other one have not seen it yet. What? The daughter. That would make a good book plot, wouldn't it, Super Chat? I always think of good things like that that make, it would be, yeah.
Yes.
You bleed faster from an artery, yep. So, Denise, what do you think? What do you think, Denise? What do you think's going to happen tomorrow, Denise? Hello, Karen H.
And this couple reminds me of the typical couple that you'll say the way that those two fight.
Yeah, but they're
Well,
still together, yeah, right? Because there are people like that. Like somebody said they know a couple like that, Nicole Griffith. Right? They're going to kill each other.
Yep.
They're going to kill each other, but look at them. They're doing great. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just pretty insane. The knives. I don't know. I think I really would. She had to go at him with knives more for him to keep saying that to everybody.
Yeah, because he would say, well, I guess we're doing okay. She hasn't gotten the knives out.
Yeah, it's like me going like, oh yeah, Jimmy and I are doing okay. I just had to keep the baseball bats away from him, right? Yeah, because then they'd be like, what the hell? And then if he ended up killing me with a baseball bat, you'd be like, well, what the hell was she always saying that? Was he always threatening her with a baseball bat?
Tiffany's ex goes to court in August, I think August 18th or something, for his attack on her.
But are they together?
No.
Oh. She was she was violent towards others too. Well, War of the Roses didn't end too well either, did it? Rough?
No. I remember that.
I don't know. I really don't know. So if she gets self-defense, but then she still has that, what about, I wonder, what about the tampering with evidence, and then what about the violation of probation?
Right, yes. Mm-hmm.
And she's always wearing a gray suit, isn't she?
Today it was white.
Today was white, but beyond that, it was always a gray suit. But
Yes.
today was white, like an angel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I love how what they have them dress it like.
I wonder
you know.
who gets them that stuff.
I know, I wonder that too. I think if they don't, I always assume if they don't have anybody that gets it for them, that maybe their lawyer does.
I don't know, maybe.
And maybe they're paid, maybe the lawyers are paid back on that.
Let me see, I'll see if who gets the clothing for...
But yeah, I always look at them and I think, where did you get that? How did they decide for you to wear that and have your hair that way? And like, you know, Jodi Arias, they had her looking like a little, you know, choir girl. Denise couldn't find the third rebuttal witness.
Let's see, standards for... I
Okay,
guess if they
let's
have-
see. She said nobody's paying attention to something that she's saying. The witnesses are Detective War, Andy, Joan, Jaden Redlick, and possibly one other. They haven't decided.
Detective Ware. Yeah, that's the lead detective.
Yeah.
And then who else she said?
Andy, Joan,
And
Jaden Redlick, and possibly one other that they haven't decided. At least Detective Ware didn't say, every other. Um, um, um,
Well, any thoughts if she pulled... Yeah, I think she must have pulled knives on him before. Howdy, my computer's in the shop. I did not... Okay, so I just read your thing, Slam and Julie W. mentioned something about that she didn't think that she could get it in that angle that it was in the position that she said she was. I don't know if you have something to say about that. Maybe Danielle's sister. I don't know. Okay, sorry. I had this on 1 minute while trying to listen to what he said about the rebuttal. Jones. That used to be your job to outfit them, Deadly Divas?
Really? And who would pay for that? Would the state pay for it?
Okay, so the daughter, the detective Ware, and who was the other one? Jones, somebody said, Denise? So she probably thought about the fact that it could turn out fatal using a knife. Maybe not. Maybe she thought, oh, just, you know, nick him in the arm. You think her lawyers could have done a better job and the judge was not very bright?
Carolyn, that was an awfully long knife.
Yeah. It was. But there were so many knives. Like there was another one in the garbage, there was another one in the drawer, there was 3 in the sink. I don't know if the prosecution showed her previous violence enough. Yeah, I don't know. Hi everyone. Is there a lower charge like manslaughter? No, I was trying to find the jury's form, but I can't find it.
So they have rebuttal and then both closing arguments for both sides.
Yeah, it'll go to the jury tomorrow. I'm sure it will. Andy Jones. I don't know who that is. Andy Jones. I don't know who that is.
Daughter is 18 now, so the son, he was only 10, right, when it happened?
The son is, he's older than Luke, so he's 14. Now, he's 14.
14 now?
Now, yeah. I think when she hit the ribs, it could have turned the knife. It was a thin blade, Slamaran said. She used the silver one to cut her wrist, the long one to kill her husband. But there were more knives. Remember, there was a bloody handle one in the drawer. There was one in the garbage. There were 3 in the sink. Unless there are a lot of sidebars, yeah. Of all the knives she reached for was a long one. Judge says they'll wait until 7 p.m. tomorrow.
Oh, really? For a verdict?
You would have to run an errand. No, but no state doesn't pay. They have to pay, or their family will, and if they can't pay, then the attorneys will. Otherwise, they will go in their jail clothes.
Oh, really?
Maybe the handyman who was on right before they were dismissed. Oh, the guy that said he saw something when he was in fixing something. Maybe. They said the marks in other areas were from sharp objects. Yeah. I don't know, Denise. There's a lot of knives with blood on them. And why was that rug in the garage? I thought they took that in for evidence.
I don't know.
Can you imagine if there was a murder in a rug store and they just put you in the rug and take you out? Now I'm thinking about the rug store.
That's a really cool store.
Because it would contain itself on the rug, and then they would just take the rug and get rid of it.
Do you have any vintage stores by you that you could do this with too?
You know, I really thought of doing that.
That would be great, Carol.
Can you imagine all the people coming on here from stores?
Yes, why not?
It's interesting, isn't it?
It is. I can probably try that around, find some around here. See if any of them would be interested in coming on, and showing some of their stuff.
Because I've thought when I've gone into a vintage store, I look around and I go, I know that if I showed this around, I could get, especially some of the ones that have really normal prices, not the Brooklyn prices, that people would be like, I'll take that, I'll take that, I'll take that. I could probably sell her whole store.
There's one just not far from me. It's over by Bonnie. And I used to go there years ago. She had this little shed. This metal shed.
Yeah.
And everything. She had everything in there. Very small, like a few rooms in there. And I would stay in there for hours. This is when we didn't have any kids here. And Dave would be at work. And I would go over there and just spend hours looking at the books she had and the old toys and so many things. It was wonderful. Well, now that shed's still there. However, it's collapsed. But then there's a building in the back, and it looks like it's fixed up and that they sell things. But every time I go up to it, nobody comes to the door. And then they live in the house right next door. So,
yeah. They also didn't touch the blood on the front door yet. And I was thinking of that because they said that the foyer was cleaned up. Was he trying to stumble out the door? I wonder if he was trying to stumble out the door. didn't they have any cameras? Didn't the people have any I mean, it's just so crazy that people with the cameras didn't see anything, but their cameras were pointed at different, I don't know. They have a house like that and they don't have security cameras.
Yeah, you would think they would. And did we figure out her age?
Yeah, she was 45 when it happened.
45.
And he was 60.
21 years younger than him, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was born in 1953.
Right.
And she
How
was,
old? Like May 1st is his birthday.
yeah, and she was born in 1973, November 3rd.
He was born on May Day, 2 years and 3 days before I was born.
Interesting.
I really like her her defense lawyer, the guy, because I like his voice.
They also, plus she had a housekeeper, and she was a stay-at-home mom. Outrageous, Barb says.
Were they saying that she didn't cook either, or am I thinking of something?
I don't know. I don't know if she cooked maybe frozen stuff because she got. I don't know. I don't remember them. She said she. I don't know. You know, I've been listening to these trials, like, and I've been trying to think like of something like when these people do stuff, and like you never see people like, well, I was decoupaging and then I had the cricket stuff out. Like you never see, like, I'm thinking like, well, like what was she doing all day? Because she didn't have a job, and can you imagine, like, pretty soon it's gonna be like I had my YouTube channel and then I was on YouTube, or I was doing the cricket project. I had my decoupage all over the place because I was decoupaging shells. Like, you never get somebody like that, because can you imagine? And then I had 47 buckets of shells that, why did you have all those shells in the house? Oh, she was really liking shells. She was on a shell kick. They went down there? Is that why they went down there, to get shells? Yes, they came back with 600 pounds of shells. Can you imagine a case like that? This case is like so mundane. You don't have her, like, she's not making wreaths or bows, and she's not like doing any kind of crafts or anything. It's like, what were you doing with your cricket? Oh, I couldn't get that paper in. It was jamming up. I was looking for that tutorial. Like, she wasn't doing anything like that. What the hell was she doing with all her time? She went to Publix to kill some time. Publix? The grocery store to kill time? I don't know.
A big hi back to you, CJ.
It just sounds so mundane. Like, what the freak was she doing?
Seemed like they had money galore, where they could do anything they
Hi,
wanted.
Deborah. I don't know what she was doing.
Hi, Deborah.
Her main rooms look so cold. Nothing personal. The kids' rooms were the only. Yeah. It's like, I don't know what the heck. What did she do? Or maybe drinking was her hobby, but
The way she sits in there too, it's like you can tell that she hasn't been drinking. I think that's what has her so subdued.
right, because I keep thinking, like, I'd be like, crap, I wonder what tutorial they have on there. Where'd they get that? Is that a DIY? Because I was thinking that as I was planting my tomatoes, I was like, does she want to be planting tomatoes? I wonder if you can plant tomatoes in jail, in prison. Would you be like ahead of the garden department over there? And oh, look, they're growing all the vegetables in the prison. Like, I'm just thinking, like, I don't see her that she was doing anything. You don't even see any Christmas decorations or anything that were still up. I guess she had everything down, everything gone. It was, January 11th. It was all put down, put away. There was nothing really personal. You didn't see anything, really.
Yeah, why was the liquor?
Like, can you imagine? What was she doing with all those dolls? What a case that would be, right? Can you imagine? the crime scene photos. What the hell? People would be like, I can't even comprehend this. What was she doing with all the dolls? She had a napkin room. What is a napkin room? Oh my gosh.
And you'd be the doll hoarder house.
Why do they have napkins? I don't understand the napkins. She was selling the napkins? She was decoupaging with them? What was going on?
Talking all about what they found in your house, all these toys.
Yeah, right?
We believe she was trying to go back into her childhood.
I know. Mini brands. What were the mini brands? Oh my gosh. And there'd be so many things, like I think, like I write down so many things, like sometimes it's the lyrics of a song and it's on a tiny sheet of paper, and just like things that would make like no sense to anybody, but somebody might be like, "Ooh, look at what is this?" You know, they would have a field day. They wouldn't know what to do. They'd be like, what? I don't know. It's just so much stuff.
So much stuff.
They would just say everything. That I'll just write something on a date, or like if somebody was trying. There wasn't even a magazine. No, there wasn't. Nothing. It was like didn't look lived in at all. And then what they say about the lemon on the stove today? What is that on the stove? That's a lemon.
I know, why?
Like, she didn't say anything like, that's my Mackenzie Child knockoff that I'm working on. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine going to Davita's house, right? What was she doing with that? Well, she was doing this bunny that she was trying to get as a Mackenzie Child. Oh, she was going for a Mackenzie Child look? Yeah. Right? What was that on the counter? That was her haul from the Hobby Lobby. Right? You don't see anything like that. She was right in the middle of her tutorial. You know? It's just so crazy.
They say, let's get the psychiatrist in here because look at all these desserts.
Yeah, right. None of it was real. It was fake food. The investigators were taking it all into evidence.
Yeah, they'd be cutting it apart to see a body.
Yeah. What is going on? She was making fake food. Oh my gosh. We thought it was frosting. It was spackle. Oh my gosh. Shylin said, I don't know how she managed this. How tall is she? He is 6'1", right? 240 pounds. Bent over her lawyer, made it sound like she was backed onto the counter. Wouldn't her arms split? Yeah, I know. How long did they live in Florida? I think 5 or 6 years, wasn't it? Since 2014, 5 years, I think.
Before that, they were in...
People put vodka in the freezer, Slam RN. That I learned. People put their vodka in the freezer. They like it really cold and it won't freeze.
Oh yeah, Shelley will put hers in there.
But the daughter threw a bottle away the night before.
So he just went to the liquor store to get what he was going to drink, and that's why they have that video surveillance that they showed.
And they had the guy from the liquor store, didn't they? Today?
Yeah.
They had the guy. I think they should have had her acted out. The prosecution should have done more. Jenny D wants I keep my vodka in the freezer.
Yeah.
But why do they keep it in the freezer? They want it like ice cold?
Yeah.
It's not cold enough in the refrigerator?
Well, they like that.
Or
Yeah,
if they put it on the rocks? I don't know. I don't drink vodka, so I don't drink. Oh my gosh, he's scaring the crap out of me. Jimmy, drop it. What?
$50. $200 normal, $50.
What?
For $50 for these.
You just went and traded those in?
Today, earlier.
What do you mean?
I traded the other ones in and got these for $50 instead.
Okay.
The same one Luke has.
Okay, good.
I don't know. I just love it when Shelly has her vodka in the freezer and she takes it out and pours me some, and it's so good. So good like that.
Straight vodka?
Well, no, I'll put something in it, you know.
Your sister has it in the freezer too, LMNW? Hello, Lisa H. Hello, Deidre. You like it that way for your martinis? Like frozen castle. I don't drink, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't drink either, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Scooter adds an olive to the vodka bars. You could open your dollar with all the stuff you have bought for crafting. I know, Denise, I know. Believe me. But it would be weird to see, you know, these people. Though in the Seaver house, we saw a lot of that and their friends. It was even worse. The Google says it gets thicker in the freezer. Spunky D says, and has a better texture.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Because I know it tastes good from the freezer.
Marianne, yeah. Okay, well, does she seem medicated? Does she? Yes, she seems medicated, but she said she's not on any medication. I don't know. I don't drink. I have a fatty liver, but not from drinking. I found it. Detective Pamela Ware. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll watch tomorrow and see what happens. And if it goes on Verdict Watch, we'll be on Verdict Watch. Vodka's yucky. Too strong for me. Yeah. But thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see what happens tomorrow and then reconvene. All right. Thanks, Scooter, for helping out. Thank you, everybody that helped out in these sales and moderators, Kevin and everybody. I didn't see Danielle C tonight. Did you?
She came in for a little bit.
Oh,
She was with her parents. How do you like this one?
Good night, everybody.
What is that? But what I know what it is, but I mean, what did you do to the inside? Is that a napkin?
No, I painted.
Oh,
You know, the little
oh,
healthy-
it was those little things inside of it.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
You like it?
Yeah. It looks like a face. It looks like two eyes, a nose here, and then like it looks like it's like an animal or something on the beach with
Now that
sunglasses.
I'm holding it up there. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it looks like an animal with sunglasses.
It does.
You did any others? Did you do it?
I'm doing this one right now.
So you have a lot with those things inside of it?
I think so.
Oh.
I've used napkins on all those though.
Didn't you think the prosecution made too big a deal about her saying, I think he is dead and I believe he's dead? Do I think they made too big a deal about it? I don't know. I think they probably thought they were trying to, you know, defense wanted to discredit the daughter, but the judge won't allow it. Lulu said, okay. Good to know, Lulu. Thank you for letting us know.
Good night, Ramblers.
And
Good night, Jimmy.
good night, everybody. God bless. Prayers for all that need them. We'll see you tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.